Good morning, gentlemen. The 103rd segment of the Think Before You Speak series, Shemirat Halashon, with a few stories. Leilu Nishmat, the Chafetz Chaim Zechet Tzadik L'Bracha. Leilu Nishmat, the great Reb Chaim Kanievsky Zechet Tzadik L'Bracha. Leilu Nishmat, Yididi Ahuvi, Reb Zachariah Wallerstein Zechet Tzadik L'Bracha. Leilu Nishmat, Luza Aliza Bat Henriette and her children that passed with her in the fire, Ruach Hashem Tenichenam Began Eden. These halachot are also dedicated for the Hatzlacha Gdola and Shemirat, Siyata Dishmaya, of our Bnei Chabura, our Balabatim Kolel. They'll learn every morning from 9 to 11 after they go out, and then they go out to work. Hashem should bless them with Shefa, Beracha, Vatzlacha for the Kiddush Hashem they're doing. As well, these halachot should be specifically dedicated for the Shmira Ma'alya, the Hatzlacha Gdola, and the Siyata Dishmaya, the Yeshua of Chaim Davido ben Chayesara. Today's halachot titled Avoiding Blame. Now this is very, very typical. This is something to listen to well because this is extremely common. Now, your son was trying to get into yeshiva. And there was a particular rabbi that you know in the yeshiva that you were really relying on his influence to be able to pave the way and the door open for your son to get accepted. It turns out that at the end you get a rejection letter in the mail. And he said, what? But this rabbi knows me. Little do you know that there was a different rabbi in the school that when hearing your son wanted to come in, did not give a good report. And it was him that stopped your son from being accepted. So now, this rabbi, the one you were relying on, your friend in the school, he feels very awkward. He's your friend. He works for the school. And his yeshiva rejected your son. And he knows that you were relying on him to get him in, and you got a rejection letter. So now he feels very funny in front of you. He wants to clear his name. He wants to clear his reputation. He wants to show his loyalty and friendship that he really did push for you, but it was a different rabbi that made it impossible to get your son in. Can he come along and the next time he bumps into you and say, hey, listen, what can I tell you? I did everything I could, but what can I tell you? Rabbi so-and-so just made it impossible to get your son accepted. Obviously not. That would be complete and absolute rechilut. Yes, he's avoiding blame, rightfully so, but at the same time, to give up personal, private, secret information behind closed doors to the detriment of someone else is a absolute violation of rechilut, where now obviously these people, this family will hate the other rabbi for blocking their son from coming into the yeshiva. So therefore he's not allowed to tell them that it was the other rabbi that stopped their son from coming in. What can he say? Well, he can avoid blame. He can actually just clear himself by simply saying, hey, I just want you to know, I did everything I could in my power to get your son in. That's it. That's all he can say. He cannot say another word. He cannot say, but there's another rabbi, without even giving names, because then they're going to start fishing. And you already started the avak of rechilut. No, you can't do that. You can't even give a hint to what took place behind closed doors. You simply are allowed to clear your own self. You could say, I tried my best, and I'm sorry, but for whatever reason, it didn't work out. And therefore, when it comes to avoiding blame, you are not allowed to reveal the culprit, the one behind closed doors that did anything to the person that obviously was the victim. But you can say, I didn't do it. That you can say. But then they're going to say, who did it? I'm sorry, I can't go there, but I didn't do it. I just want you to know that I was there for you as a friend, and I came through, but I can't say anything else. And this is true, by the way, not only in a school setting. If you have, let's say, a committee or a board, and they make a private vote on a certain topic behind closed doors, if you are to tell anyone on the outside who voted what, or which way the vote went, or any details that took place behind closed doors about that vote, that is, again, absolute rechilut. You are not allowed to disclose anything that took place in private meetings of members of any committee or board or yeshiva to outsiders. Instead, you are to simply say, I gave it my best for you. Thank you for listening.